Hello everyone, welcome to today's video. In this one, I am going to show a replay of the game I played against Pistol Star. So Pistol Star is currently the highest rated Castles of Burgundy player, and also the highest ranked opponent I've ever played against. And yeah, let's just jump right into it. This is board number 2. We both are going to be starting on identical boards, and this is the first edition of the game that we are playing. I have like a setting enabled in which I use the art from the 2019 edition because I'm just used to that. So if you get confused, it's because I have that setting enabled. And I have with me Janie, who will also be analyzing the game, just giving her comments and just going through it.
Yeah, hello. I will probably just be asking questions because Oh wow, that's a lot of cows to start out.
Yeah.
They probably went to raced because it's round 1, I guess. We'll see.
Okay, so Pistol Star is player 1, so they roll a 3 and a 5. And I am player 2, I roll a 1 and a 6. There's 2 water on the map. Let's see. So there's 2 water. So as long as I get one of these waters, I'll be able to... So I don't need to get both of these water. I just need to get one of these water to make sure that I am player 1 going into the second round. And just looking at the dice that Pistol Star rolled, so they rolled a 3 and a 5. So there's no way they can pick up both the water. So that's just something that I was looking at when the when the tiles were revealed. So let's see what move they make.
Classic.
Okay, so they took a mine and a water, which makes sense because there's only one mine on the board, and ideally you wanna like make connection either to this mine or to this mine or something like this. And I picked up a water just because, like I said, to be able to be player 1 going into the next round, I want to have like one water. And then I picked up a town hall just because it will help me make these connections quicker. Okay, so they spend a worker and take a boarding house, and then that is their turn. I guess they picked up the boarding house because it just gives you like a good boost of workers, and they will need these workers to make these long connections in the first round. So we roll a 2 and a 3. So here I am actually tempted to go for the castle because it's like the only castle on the board right now. But yeah, there's a few good options. So let's see what we end up doing. Okay, so that was kind of an interesting move by me. I guess my thinking was just if I'm able to pick up these cows and like make a connection down here, either this way or this way through the water, like I'll be able to connect a few regions. And if I'm able to grab another one of these cows, then both of these cows will give me like a bonus for this in the first round. So that is really good. So that was my initial thinking in doing this move.
All right, so placed a water and taking workers. What were his dice?
3 and a 6.
Okay. I feel like that makes sense because then you can place that one yellow. But I guess it also makes it a little harder for you to place, like if you wanted to get the region of the 2 cows in the upper right corner.
Right. Yeah, I think I had to make a decision that should I go towards the left or should I go like upper right? But the way the dice rolled, I thought that this connection would be easier. Plus, Pistol Star is gonna get a lot of points from completing these single regions, so I kind of wanted to also catch up to them in terms of points in the first round. Actually, I do not end up placing it on the number 2 spot. Okay, that's interesting. Okay, so we are player 1 in the new round. Now here's the downside. Like, I think I miscalculated in the first round and did not sell goods. So I do not have 2 silver right away to buy from the black market. I think that was a big mistake.
Yeah.
I mean, I can still sell a good and buy it, but that is not as efficient as already having it and picking up 3 tiles. So that was a mistake on my part. Both of these tiles, like tile number 25 and 12, are really good. I would probably lean more towards tile number 12 early on, just because on this board you need like a lot. You need to be like flexible in terms of what regions you want to complete, and this tile is more beneficial for that. Whereas tile number 25 can be really strong end of the game, like especially if you sell more than 10 goods, then that's a lot of points. So in this case, I made a decision that I'm just going to pick up both the water, get a water lead over Pistol Star, and let them decide what tile they want to go for. And whatever they go for, I'll still be able to sell a good and pick up the other yellow tile.
That makes sense. I mean, you can't get both either way, so.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, there's also those four cow friends there in the middle too. Oh, that was a big move for them. All right, so completing a region of 1, nice. But it is a bummer that he has 2 mines and 2 castles, but he also might take a second to make the connection over there. Oh, that's looking pretty easy. Just has to roll the right thing, so. Yeah, beautiful.
Yeah, they have some really nice connections. We have the water lead, so that is really strong. And then we place a bank because they have taken up both the mines from us. So I want some way of getting 2 silver so that I can buy from the black market in the new round. So that's why a bank is really strong for us here. Plus, putting it down there gives us like an instant connection to these 2 regions of water too. So we are also like nicely connected on the board right now. Okay, so I completed this region of 2 with the ships. Took a lot of goods. They roll a 4 and a 5. So what do they want to do with a 4 and a 5? It's not ideal. I mean, they could spend a bunch of workers and complete this yellow region, and then maybe even put a mine down. Is that possible? 4 and a 5 to 1, 2. Yeah, no, I don't think they can do it just yet. But they could pick up a town hall and that would allow them to do it. So let's see what they end up doing. Okay, so they just place the yellow tile and then take workers. And we roll a 6 and a 1. Which is really good for us because this is 6 and a 1. We have a 1 here. Okay, so instead of putting that water down, I prioritize completing a region of 2. Maybe not. Okay, so yeah, I do like that move. It means that going into the new round, we have like 5 workers and 2 silver. We still have a water in our storage that we can place. We have lots of options for placing it. And yeah, let's see how they play out their turn. Okay, so this is already round C, and looking at the score, so Pistol Star has a huge lead over us, almost 30 points. And the reason they got this huge lead is because they have completed all these small regions of 1, like this one, this one, this one, this one, and this region of 2. And the regions that we have completed are this one, this region of 2, and this region of 2. So they, as you can see, just comparing both the boards, they have prioritized filling up like all the small regions heavily compared to us, and that has given them like this huge early lead. On top of it, they also have, like, it's not like they have filled their board with tiles that are not going to like help them out directly. Like, all of these are really strong late game scoring tiles, so it's they're in a really good position right now.
Yeah, and most likely they're gonna get the. I mean, you could catch up, but it does seem like they're gonna get the bonus for castles in gray as well. So even though that's not incorporated in their score, but that'll give them a big boost too.
Yeah, the only advantage I have is I have like a big lead with water, and I can keep that lead. But I need to be really careful how I play out these last couple of turns. I mean, last couple of rounds. Okay, so I take a mine and a water just to make sure that I do maintain my lead. And I did an interesting move, so I actually discarded a water to get a water again, so that just so that they couldn't grab both the water. I thought that was useful. Both of these waters will allow us to like complete one of these regions, and if once I'm like ahead, like in the next 2 rounds, I can still try to compete with them on mines and mines and maybe the castles if they're left, and probably pick up like some good yellow tiles if they show up. So that was my thinking. Okay, so I'm just gonna play out these turns and then we can analyze the board a little more. Okay, the reason I picked up this yellow tile number 1 is because I need to find like some way of catching up with them. They are like still almost 20 points ahead of us, and yellow tile number 1 will allow us to at least complete this region of 5 buildings. And depending on what round I finish it in, that can be a good amount of points. It can also help us complete this region down here, or if we pick up like a nice bonus yellow tile for buildings, then we can try to focus on that. Plus, it's really good for them too because they could do the same. They have a lot of these bonus tiles for the bank, they have one for the church. So, this tile will allow them to efficiently place these buildings. So, definitely needed to pick that one up. Okay, so they are trying to make a connection to their top castle, and they have these this nice combo of sheep available to them too. So we roll a 4 and a 5.
Do you think it would have made more sense to pick up the goods from the region in 4 because there is a group of 3? So even though it's the same for you, like you wouldn't have picked up both the 2 and the 3, you would have stopped them from getting them potentially.
That's a good point, but what I thought is they are not going to go for this water right away. So I might be able to sneak in putting my other ship down, like selling another pair of goods and putting a ship down so that I can get all of these goods. And the 2s will stack and then I'll get the 3 too.
Oh, yeah.
Because they still need to place the sheep and the castle. I mean, yeah, I just thought they don't have enough turns to place that water in this, like before I place my second water. So that was my thinking. So they do pick up the water. So this kind of forces my hand. So actually, maybe not. Okay, so in this case, I do place the water just because of the fact that they might be able to place their water. And I have this nice stack of 2s. Plus, by taking away like these big stacks of goods, I'm kind of like decreasing the strength of tile number 25. It's still like they still have a big lead on us. So it's going to be hard to catch up to them in terms of that. I'm going to have to get lucky with the yellow tiles that show up and maybe even try to push for these animal regions.
Yeah, it's always going to make sense for you to take banks since you don't have a huge like mine economy, and then they also get 4 points per bank. So, nice.
Hey, they get a bank anyways.
Hey, I mean,
So going into the new round, like phase D, I wasn't too happy because I was hoping for like a big yellow tile, maybe one of these tiles. Let's see. Yeah, I was really banking on either tile number 15 or tile number 24 showing up. But they did not. So that means that I'm going to have to like really focus on these buildings and these animals. And that's what we do. Okay, so they roll a 1 and a 6. Okay, so they're going heavy buildings too. And all of these buildings are pretty good for them. Like both of these buildings are worth 4 points. So really strong tiles. Just these 3 buildings should allow them to complete this region of 5, which is really nice. So in this case, I do pick up a market and pick up chickens from the black market in the hope that I'm able to grab both, or if not at least one of these, and start working towards this region down here. Okay. So they have a 1 and a 3, which is great because it just allows them to complete this region if they choose to. The other option for them would be, now they could block me on this 1 chicken, which would be really strong move for them. They could still get the warehouse because it allows them to sell more goods. They don't need the castles anymore. They don't really need to buy anything from the black market. And tile number 11, yeah, maybe it could be useful. I mean, for completing the yellow, but I mean, by itself, it's not that strong anymore. So they actually let us get away with picking up this animal. Let's see. Yeah, I'm doing a lot of undos, just trying to make up my mind. I did want to pick up this chicken, so at least that would guarantee that I complete this region of 4. But I was really not happy at this point because I'm going into the last round with 3 silver but 0 workers. So that's not ideal. Plus, they have like a big lead at this point. They can just, yeah, it's going to be really hard. Okay, so we are in the final round of the game. And again, I did not get the tiles that I was really hoping for. Both of these animals showed up, which is nice. Like if I'm able to grab both of them, I'd at least get the animal bonus. I still want to try and complete this region of buildings, maybe even this one down here. And we just need 1 water to make sure that we get the bonus for that.
The yellow tile in number 5 would give you 8 points too, which is something, but they probably will grab it before you do.
Yellow tile number which one?
23 on with the mine.
Oh yeah, yellow tile 23. That's what I thought. So I tried to get it, which I think is probably a mistake because it's 0 points for them. Technically it's 8 points because they're blocking us from getting it. But let's see. I did take that tile, but I think it would probably have been fine if I took the mine. But let's see. So they ended up grabbing both the yellow tiles and the mine. And at this point, I think it's just too late and too difficult to like catch up to them because they're going to complete their yellows. So they're going to get 5 bonus points for that. They're going to complete their mines. So they're going to get 5 bonus points for that. We are going to get a good amount of bonus points from completing these animals. We are
It's
gonna.
not enough.
It's not enough. So they grab another church, which is also a really good move for them because it's worth 4 points. Plus, they are taking away a castle from us. I mean, even one of these castles can be good. Like it's worth 3 points by itself, and it gives us like a free action. So that was a good block by them. So we roll a 1 and a 3, which is nice. That means we can complete this region, maybe pick up this tile. So let's see. Okay, so right now in terms of score, we are actually tied. I mean, pretty close, 131 to 137. So it's a 6-point difference. The problem is that they have a lot of bonus points coming. They still have to complete their yellows and the mine. Plus, they have got a bunch of points coming from their yellow tiles. And we have like 0 bonus points. If we put this yellow tile number 23 down, that will give us 8 points. But that's nowhere close to what we need to catch up with them. We are still trying to finish this region over here, but I'm not sure if we have the time to do that. So let's see. So in this case, I decided that instead of trying to go for the region of 5, I'll just complete this region and then pick up both the sheeps in the hope that we get really lucky, because we have tile number 10 too, which says whenever you want to place a ship or animal tile, you can change the die result by 1. And I would get really lucky and place both of these and at least get the animal bonus. So that was my thinking.
Sheep.
And I got close, but not there. So that really sucks because, yeah, we were able to place one of these, but not both of them.
Aw, sheep. Get it? Like the cuss word?
Ah. Okay, and at this point, I think the game is done. They just have to, they're going to complete their yellows. They're going to sell a bunch of goods. So that was the game. They got 28 points from yellow tiles. I got 0 points. Unsold goods it doesn't matter. The silver coins were about the same. But yeah, that was the game. It was a live game at normal speed. So we both had to make like quick decisions. They did a really good job with how they made these connections and also finishing up these regions early on. Looking back at this game, I would say I do like the fact that we prioritize water, but I don't think we capitalized on these yellow tiles that showed up. Maybe if I would have pressured them more in terms of buildings, or maybe started working towards my animals sooner, maybe we would have had a better chance.
Also, early on, I think you put you considered going up to the right corner and finishing that region of 2, and the dice didn't work out in your favor, which is why you didn't do that. But I do think that could have accelerated your game, because you had placed those 3 cows on the right in the region of 4, and it never added up. We didn't ever get any more cows, and then we didn't use that connection for a little while, which is just kind of luck how that goes. But I think in the end, going upper right would have worked out better for us. Well, really you. I didn't play this one.
Right. Yeah, that's a really good point, because there were 3 cows on the board in the first round. So I would have probably been able to grab another one and then complete this connection right here.
It was a dice thing. I'm pretty sure the dice it worked out for you to place it there. But I think that if you'd waited or something, maybe it would have worked out better.
Right. Also the fact that we did not sell a good in the first round, and we basically couldn't buy a tile. We had to wait. Um, Now that I look back, like even though yellow tile number 25 and yellow tile number 12 had showed up in round number 2, and say I had the silver to buy one of these tiles, I'm thinking I would still have probably gotten yellow tile number 12, the one I ended up with, just because I had a water lead, so I knew that even if Pistol Star ends up getting this tile, I can still try to block them from getting a lot of goods. And this tile just makes it easier to get tiles from the board. But yeah, maybe going for tile number 25 would have been stronger. I mean, obviously we would have had to have workers in the right situation for it.
In the end, though, you both sold 10 goods. So you would have prioritized selling that group of 6, but he was still able to get a lot of goods.
They did a really good job of selling goods by just putting 4 ship down. So that is really impressive. But yeah, that was the game. Thanks for joining us, and thank you to Pistol Star for playing this live game. Yeah, I learned a lot, like how they made some decisions and like how they made these connections. I think they rushed. They rushed towards the left of the board, then they started making connections to the bottom right, and then finally they completed these 2 sheep, which was also a really good move by them. And just prioritizing the yellows. I think they realized that we were kind of wanting to go for animals, so they just started picking up a lot more yellow tiles than us. And it paid off because they got 28 points from yellow. And we did not end up with any. But hey, you learn with every game, and this was a fun one. This was on board number 2, which is an interesting board. I do enjoy this board, so yeah. But yeah, thank you again to Pistol Star.
Yeah, thanks for letting me comment, Bill. And I never played board number 2, so maybe we'll have to play it soon.
Yes, actually, Janie and I haven't played against each other for a while now. We just play like training games, and she is pretty strong too. Like, she really gives me a run for my money. So I think in one of the future videos we might play like a live game, or just play a game and do an analysis of our own game.
I wonder if we could do all the boards. So just go through and play all the boards in one 24-hour marathon.
Probably not, but it would be fun to go through all the boards. I actually checked the new expansion that's coming out for Castles of Burgundy, the new Awakened Realms one. I think they've added a few new boards. I might be wrong.
I think I heard that too.
Yeah, and it looks like they also added 2 new yellow tiles. So I don't know if you all know this, but there is a new yellow tile. Let's see what it is. Let's go to tile help section 26, right? So I think there is like a new yellow tile number 27. And what it says is that no matter what order you are on the water track, you're always player 1. Even if you're at the bottom and there's like, say, 3 more tiles on top of you, even if you're the one at the bottom, you're still going to be player 1 if you have that yellow tile. So that is really interesting. But yeah, that's just a quick note and about the new tiles. Maybe we'll have a future video in which we talk about the new expansion and the changes. But yeah, this is it for this video. Thanks for joining, and thank you again, Pistol Star.